What's up, y'all? My name is Ross Swinson. Today we're going to learn the solo from Back in Black by AC/DC. All right, let's jump into it. So at the beginning of the solo, he's got this open E string and then 7th fret A string, and he's just sort of walking down a little bass line on the A string. So it's going to sound like this. And I like to palm mute that E string a little bit so it's a little bit more punctuated and kind of short. And now he's going to do this riff in between doing all that basically again. So the timing is tricky on this one. The important part of the timing is that it doesn't happen on the downbeat, like this part doesn't. It happens after the fact, so he hits this open E string. That helps you with the rhythm of it not being on the downbeat. So you have, and that's going to be 7A and then 5, 7, slide up and down from 7 to 8, back to 5, and then 7, and then back to 7 on A. So. And we're in the key of E right now, so what he's doing is actually hitting the blue note right there. All right, and then you kind of do it again. On this second half of it, I like to hit some of the A string notes twice. If you listen to the recording, to me it sounds like he's hitting some of them twice, but it depends on what tabs you look up on the internet. You can also just do the same thing. Where you're just doing that. I kind of like to do, but totally up to you. I mean, Angus kind of goes off the cuff a lot, so I think that either way is fine. So now here what you do is you go up to the G string 7th fret, and it's 4 times on this note before you bend it. And they're all pretty syncopated, and then the last one's pretty short. So you have and now for here, this is where it gets a little bit tricky as far as what he's exactly doing. This is how I decided to do it. So what this is it's very similar to the, but it's just up an octave. So you're still playing with the blue note there. So that's 9 on G, and then 8 and 10, and sliding up and back down from 10 to 11. And then going on from there. I like to stay in this position because it's just kind of fun to move from position to position until you're all the way at the top. I've seen some people move up to pattern 1, and that could work as well, but this is what I decided to do. So you're going 8 on B, and then 9 on G, back to 8B, then the 10th fret on B, and then get the 10th fret on E, and back to the 10th fret on B. So this is sort of just the exit from that. And this little thing where you're doing the negative bend, pulling off to 8, that's such an important move to know that happens in so many different solos. And then we go. So now he's playing still in the same area, 8 and 9 here. Those two notes on the 9th fret G string sound like they're palm muted to me. They're kind of punctuated a little bit, so that's how it sounds to me, but you could probably play it unpalm muted as well. All right, so now we move up to sort of the final part. Now we're all the way up in pattern 1 pentatonic, which is the first one most people learn. And he starts off with this. So that's going to be 12 on B and 12 on E twice. And then 15 on B unbent and 15 on B bent. So, okay, and now the next lick is sort of a signature Angus lick, and it's kind of weird. It's not normally how you would play a descending pentatonic lick like this. So he goes. So he's coming down from 12 E, pulling off 15 to 12 on B. And then he's doing this little tiny, at first I wouldn't even practice it with a bend, but he's going 14 on G. I think he does a little tiny bend there, but again, at first just kind of, and he does 12 B, 12 G. So, and then from there, oops. So this is a 14 bend on G, up to 15 B. And then the second time he does it, he's getting 15 on E. I wouldn't worry about being extremely precise there, because I think he's just sort of doing this motion, which you hear in a lot of rock guitar solos. So then he's, again, doing the unbend to pull off there, just like the, or so he does an unbend on 14, pull off to 12, back to 14 G, and then 14 D, 12 G, and 14 G. So. All right, and now we're kind of coming into the home stretch. You got, it's kind of like this little playback here where I feel like he's palm muting that 9. I feel the same way here. I think he's palm muting the 14. It's just sort of percussive, you know. So 14D, 12G, back to 14D, 14G, 12 G, and then doing that same kind of double stop lick, and then he does that lick again at the very end. All right, so the very end of this solo has a very iconic part. Now, I was listening closely to it, and I don't think he does it super consistently in one respect. So what he's doing here is down on the 9th fret and the 7th fret of the G string. And you can actually leave your E string open and ringing out. You can also probably leave your B string ringing out a little bit if you want. So I've seen some people play it like this, where you do 9, 7, 9, 9. And I think that's what he does for the first half. But I've also heard him go like this a little bit, where you hit that 9, 7, 7, 9. And he's not super consistent with it. I don't think it's super important to, to worry about that. But anyways, and you do the same thing, 7 to 6, and then 6 to 4, and he comes up here and does. So I'm sliding into 13 and then doing 12 on B, 12 on E, 15 B bend. And then he does the lick again. Comes up here and does the double stop. And then it goes into the chorus. So that's it for that part. All right, y'all, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.